Hello, everybody. I am here with Rosie Summers, virtual reality artist, animator,
Woo,
game
yeah,
creator,
hello.
right?
Yes,
Rosie, where are you right now?
I am in England,
England. I'm in
in
South
Leeds.
Florida. This is the power of
Wow, what
social
a distance.
VR. I'm in
I
South
know, right?
Florida and she's in. That's amazing. So
I know.
I have this picture back here of Rosie, um, of something that I found on Twitter. Well, we've been trying to get together in social VR for a while now, but
Ages, yeah.
ages. It's crazy. The time. Um, and I recently saw this piece she did, but there was another piece. There's so many different pieces that she's done in Tilt Brush. But can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into virtual reality?
Yeah, sure. It's quite an interesting one, actually.
Okay.
So I started my journey off as a fine artist. So I was doing lots of portraits, paintings, traditional sketches, and I just love telling stories through there. I love telling stories about the person whose portrait I was painting, and then that naturally then progressed onto animation, wanting to make things move and wanting to tell stories in a less static form than
Mm.
painting on canvas. So I found animation to bring these stories more to life and bring them into a 3D realm.
Wow.
And then naturally, I just then found VR through that as another way of telling stories, but this time from inside through the screen, in another world.
What
And uh, yeah,
What's unbelievable? What tools do you use? Like what kind of headset? What kind of tools do you use on your personal
yes,
side?
yeah. So I have a Rift and a Vive, and I do a lot of quest sketches as well.
Oh, okay,
So lots
great.
of something. Yeah, so I do lots of sketches on the go, which is why I got the Quest, just for that free roaming aspect
So
of
cool.
VR arting, which is absolutely amazing. Um, yeah, so they're my main three go-to VR headsets, and I use Tilt Brush, Quill. I've done a bit of animating VR as well, and I've been wanting to get into Gravity Sketch as well, which is the next thing I'm going to try. Um, yeah,
I,
that's my main VR tools.
I want to put in one thing I have. I took a snapshot of this, but we'll get back to this piece that I had here. But I saw that you launched the Angry Birds movie just because it's like it's here. The Angry Birds movie too
Yes,
for PlayStation
yes,
VR.
yes, we did. So this is I've also 3D animated XR games, and this is our newest release. It's available to buy now. It's called Angry Birds Movie 2, Under Pressure, and it's a VR game which takes the spin on the traditional Angry Birds games and sort of gives it this new overhaul. So you are playing with somebody in VR on the PSVR headset, and you guys have controllers. So it's a social VR game. So you're playing with someone in VR, but you are also not in VR. So you have a crew which are with the controllers and a
Awesome.
captain which has a VR headset on.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
it.
so you just all play together to get through these levels, and it's really really awesome. And this is like my first game, like my first release. So this is a really really big thing for me,
Oh,
and I can't
wow.
wait to go into the shop and actually buy my game.
I know. How cool is it, everybody?
So
Like, how
exciting.
cool is that to be able to say,
Yeah.
I'm going into the store to buy my own game? I mean, hopefully they give you a
It's
free one,
great.
right?
Yeah. No, but it's the whole novelty of going and buying something that I've made. It's like, it's in the shop. Look.
I know. Look at this. So you guys, we got to check it out. It's Angry Birds
Yes,
Movie 2, which is
yeah.
coming out, or I think it just came out.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's come out where you are. It came out where I was about 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like August
Yeah.
5th or
It's a good
something.
film.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, it
definitely going to
was.
go see it. Okay, so there's
It's
another
good.
one that
It's
I
good.
saw too. This I saw a while back. Why don't you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about
Same.
this piece?
So this was live at, well, performed live, should I say, at the National Football Museum in Manchester.
It was performed live?
Um, Yes, it was. Yes, it was painted in front of an audience
Wow.
in about 2 hours. Yeah, so this is a tribute to Brandy Chastain, such an awesome footballer, and I just loved this pose. As soon as I saw it, I just fell in love with, what she's getting across, and just the whole, this is just, it's so expressive. It means so much.
Right.
So I just really wanted to bring this into the virtual world and sort of give it this expressive spin with how I apply the paint. Yeah, so it's just really fun piece to create, and my brief show the art of football, and hopefully I've done that through this really expressive piece.
Is that so like when you're in and you're doing live, I've heard a lot of people doing live art and performing.
Yeah.
What is that like?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
It's super fun. It's super fun. I'm wasn't the most confident person, but when I started performing in VR, it's really helped me, come out of my shell.
Wow.
It's really amazing being able to paint in a space and bring a performative element to it as well. So you're bringing these strokes to life, and it's just such an expressive piece of art, and it's great to be able to do that in front of an audience and have them watch a progression of how the paint is like forming inside space. Yeah, so it's super fun. I really am enjoying doing them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's such an adrenaline rush as well. You can't see the audience, you don't know who's watching you, how many people are there.
So did you do
it's sort of a little bit like you peek every now and then to see who's there, how many people, and it's like, wow, there's so many people.
That's actually a good thing, right? That you don't know that they're there.
Yeah.
Because you're in another world while they're watching you in another world, which is like poof, mind blowing.
And it really, you can just really escape into the metaverse and just lost in your own art, which is fantastic.
Yeah, well, I have another football piece. They call this football, right?
Yes.
In London, in England, here in Europe, actually, right?
Oh yeah.
We call it soccer here.
Yeah.
You have a couple football / soccer. So do you like? Is that your favorite sport?
I do.
Cool.
Well, one of them, yeah. It's museum, and yeah, this was a tribute to the Lionesses for the Women's World Cup. I really wanted to put women's sport, especially as well, and this year it was women's football got promoted more than I've ever seen, which was fantastic. And I really wanted to, to jump on that and show people how amazing these women are. So this was the Lionesses dedicated to that.
Have they ever reached out to you?
A few of the players. No, it's a shame because I would have loved to, they're such inspirations, but unfortunately, no.
Well, maybe, hey, if you're watching, or hopefully you're watching, you could see what she created for you guys. This is great. I mean, it's crazy to think of art where, something like that happens in culture, in your in your daily life. You see something, it inspires you, and you create this animation so quickly, right?
Yeah.
So quickly.
Yeah.
Because normally animations take more time. What tools did you use for this?
Each person was done about an hour or under.
Wow.
And the one on the front, which is you'll get to in a minute, the girl doing this pose, I'm trying to do
this pose, right? There she is.
That pose, yeah, there she is. So that's Ellen. She was painted live in 2 hours at the National Football Museum as well.
Unbelievable. Tilt brush. Wow. Okay.
Yes, tilt brush.
I have one more. I don't know if this is a copy of it, but here's another football.
Yes. Yeah. So this was so fun to make this piece. I've never done anything like it because this was a world within a world. This is only one world that you're seeing here, but there is actually another world which is outside the football. So the little girl, it's the story of a little girl playing football on the council estate. And if you zoom into the football, she's also wearing a dad's shirt as well. And if you zoom into the football that she's kicking, you see this world, which is her in the future, all her dreams. It can be interpreted both ways. Scoring a goal for England.
Wow.
So it's sort of like telling a story, but you know, by nothing's actually moving, nothing's animating. It's just a story of the 3D worlds, basically. Yeah,
So
it's just so
creative.
fun to create because it's going inside it, and then
You have a what? A module?
start painting from inside a ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. I was actually
Yeah,
just
so
talking to
it's
somebody who
super
did
cool.
that, something along the lines of like going inside of the piece
Yeah,
and then seeing something else. I think that's
yeah.
so
I
gnarly.
love that.
Yes,
Yeah, I really want to
unbelievable.
do more of this. It's like it was just so fun to make.
So is
And then people are like just so shocked when they see another world inside. They're like, "Oh wow, this is," because the place, the National Football Museum, when they opened up the sketch, they initially just saw the first world, and then when I told them there was another world inside the ball, they're like, "Wait, what?
what? What is that? Yes. So you're going to be doing, I think I saw something about you're doing a speaking panel with Kevin Ang, who's another amazing virtual animator,
Yes.
and he's also
Yeah.
one of the founders of XR Artists. So what are you guys going to be talking about?
Yes, this is a South by Southwest panel that we're applying for. And we're going to be talking about the content creation in the age of experience. So we'll be highlighting some issues that impact the world, and addressing how we and other creators are attempting to sort of shift paradigms in our art and community, and give an insight into how interconnectivity and XR art tools are, you know, changing the landscape for play and experimentation.
I love
So it's going
that.
to be fun, and please vote for us because this will be so great.
I upvoted. Well, I mean, that's, I feel like
Thank you.
the heart of the VR community is, it's like it's got art in it, I mean, it's just
Yeah.
you guys are creating worlds and creating the content that people are experiencing, so it's exciting.
Yeah.
So,
totally.
you mentioned, oops, I always hit that little poof ghost button. You had mentioned that you use Quill, right?
Yes.
Have you
Yes.
have you tried, have you jumped in it since they did that update?
I have. It was very different, and which was great. I've not had a chance to actually animate anything yet. All that I've been doing concepts,
Oh, great.
which are just all static stuff. So I haven't actually got around to animating it, but I really intend to very soon because it looks fantastic. I mean, the whole timeline layout and just all the things that you can do on it. You know, it's like Anim VR, but better.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's what Daniel was saying too. Daniel and Nick Ladd
Yeah.
were telling me all about it. I was like, wow, it's
Yeah.
going to be a game changer. So,
It really is.
you've created a lot of pieces. Which one is your favorite piece?
I'd say this one because
this is a good way to pull into
a lot
it.
of heart into this one.
Okay.
It really is. Because it's like a personal piece. I've never done a portrait before, even when I was I did a few sketches of myself when I was a fine artist, painting. To be honest, I still am a fine artist, but I never actually fully attempted a realistic portrait of myself, and I did that in VR, and it was
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was so good to make. It was so fun to make.
It's an absolute beautiful. Can you tell us a little bit about the process, how you did it, and the tools you used?
Yeah, so this is tilt brushed, and to get such a realism, I had to take a lot of photos of myself. I was just suspended in a space full of pictures of me. It seemed so narcissistic, but I had to do that in order to get the 3D-ness, because every angle of my face needed to be considered in order to make it a realistic
absolutely
piece. And I love working the 3D plane rather than the 2D plane, so I had to get a ton of photos, and sort of, as you can see here, I've sketched that outline, which is sort of like the dimensions of my face, which I just do with each individual tilt brush stroke.
Wow.
And then just blending bit by bit until I had my face.
I'm going to put in the video that while you're still talking about it, I'm going to put in the video so people can see it as in a.
Yeah. So this is the full piece. And I really wanted to get across how much VR has touched me and how much just the exponential world building power you feel as a creative in VR. You know, just all these worlds coming at your controller. I just really want to get across the sorcery element to it, how magic it
Sorcery.
feels to
Yes.
build worlds. You know, it really does feel like you're a wizard of new dimensions. So that's what I wanted to portray here, with the controller being almost like a wand, and then it's like creating this world. And this was the first world that came into my head. It was just, I love waterfalls, I love nature. So this is like sort of my dream world, my dream landscape. Trees made of light.
Wow.
Just really magical space. And I've had quite a few comments on it, like a lot of love on social media, which is great.
Heart.
And I've heard people wanting to do their own spin on it, which is fantastic. Like own artists creating their reality, because this is my reality. So it'd be so awesome to see like a whole theme of people creating like their realities.
Ooh, I like
That'd be
that.
so good to see.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe we should use a hashtag right now and ask them to do it.
yeah, that'd be
My
great.
my VR art reality.
Yeah. That'd be such a cool.
I love your
hashtag.
shoes in this picture.
Yeah, my cherry docs. I have 8 pairs of them, Martin.
I love them. But
Yeah.
just the way that that you said it, I think is just so brilliant. The wizard, you're a wizard, you know, you feel like a sorcerer
Yeah.
creating new dimensions. That's exactly what you're doing. You know, that's a brilliant way to
Yeah.
put it. I love that.
Yeah.
So would you say tilt brush is your favorite tool?
It is for the performance side, and yeah, I just absolutely love tilt brush, and I always have done. It was the first VR art program I touched, so it's always going to be special to me.
Right.
So yeah, I'd say it's the one I most enjoy being in, because just even just down to the noises the brushes make, you really feel so special in the space. I think programs like which is lacking in Quill, because of it doesn't feel very user friendly as comparison to tilt brush. But Quill's great for working with clients, because paint can be easily manipulated to what the client desires and stuff like that. So I often go for Quill if I'm working with clients, but for my own art and performance, I always go to tilt brush because it's amazing.
There's another artist who works in the gaming industry, or actually in the you know, the like the Disney World type kind of theme park world, and she creates in Quill kind of she creates what she wants it to look like, and then she'll build it somewhere else and build it in there. Is that what you do also? Like, for example, for Angry Birds?
That's what I do. Yes, that's what I did for Angry Birds. Yeah, that's 100% what I did. I designed one of the levels, which later got sent to the 3D artists, who looked over my Quill work and then built from that a more lower res models. So when you're creating in VR for a VR experience, you know all about scaling, because when you're painting inside the world, you can scale things up to how it looks right. So you don't have that issue later down the line of 3D artists making stuff, putting it inside the VR headset and thinking, oh my God, this is far too small.
Totally.
So,
no, you're right.
Too big, you know. So actually building inside the world stops that issue from ever happening. And yeah, stuff as far as colours, making the world, and you've been able to get that really early on at the pre-visit stages inside of VR art tools. It's revolutionary. I can see there's a lot of pipelines adopting this. Even Disney did on the new Lion King.
Yeah, right. Very cool.
Yeah, this is revolutionary for pipelines. It really is.
When you think about where you're at in VR, where do you see yourself in a couple of years? I don't even want to say 5 years, because it's just everything's changing so quickly. Like, where do you want to be in this industry?
Wow. Oh. Well, I'm a 3D animator at heart. I just love bringing characters to life and yeah, just telling stories any way I can. So yeah, I hopefully still where I am, animating in the games industry, and yeah, just growing on this VR journey.
Yeah.
With VR art,
I love
amazing.
What is your, like, for all the books you've read or the movies or TV shows or games, who's your favorite? Like, who's one of your top characters? Like, do you have a character from a story that you love?
I actually really like Stitch.
Stitch?
I love it. Yeah, I don't know.
I love him too. That's
I
so
have
funny.
I have like 3 toys of Stitch, and I just think he's the most adorable, crazy character. So
Aw.
unpredictable. I absolutely love him. Yeah, so I'd say definitely Stitch. It's just how animated he is. You know, he brings so much life just by. He doesn't even talk most of the
I
time. He
know,
just
right.
brings so much character. I just absolutely love
Well
him.
said. I like that. I've never had anyone say that. Well, you know,
Yeah,
being
it's
being that, like, what is something new you've tried in VR lately? Like another application, or like sometimes I'll try something new. Maybe I'll try, I tried Rec Room, or something
Ooh,
different. Like,
yeah.
what
I
is something
recently
you've
just tried
tried? Oh, you
Rooms
did?
as well. Yeah, that was probably my most recent, to be fair. Yeah, I'd never been in a room before. Loads of people were like, "Let's meet up in Rec Room." I was like, "Yeah," and then I've just been so busy that I've just not done it. And then recently I did, and it's great. We went on a class together. Um, it was fantastic. Yeah, because I'm really wanting to try more social apps.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, you're doing it now.
so yeah, exactly. Woo, Spaces.
What is?
Another one off the list.
Yeah, exactly. What is like? How did you get into art growing up?
Um, I guess it was just like always naturally there. I did comic books from like the age of naught. I was reading a comic book about this fish who had superpowers called fish, and he lived in Finland undersea. And yeah,
I
I
love
just
it.
loved always telling stories, and yeah, it was always with me, to be honest.
Wow,
So
that's
yeah,
unbelievable. What would you
just
give an
naturally
artist,
there.
like an artist in 2D right now? What kind of tip would you give them to get started in virtual reality or in VR art
Ooh,
or XR art? Like, what a lot of people have tutorials, like, Sabby Life. I've
yeah,
I've talked with her.
Savvy,
She's got these
yeah,
great tilt brush tutorials,
amazing.
right? But like,
Yeah.
what's sometimes it's hard to just try and just start. But what is some
Yeah,
advice,
it
I
really is.
guess, like how you did it? Because you
It
got
really,
into
yeah,
it, right?
yeah. I got into it from the 3D side of things. Like I was doing 3D animation, and then
Hmm.
obviously saw Glenn Keane painting in tilt brush, and was like, wow, he's bringing all this new dynamic to his character design. I need to invest in this. um, so yeah, the biggest tip I'd guess I'd give them to getting into VR is just experiment and play where you can. You know, I'm sure if you looked at meetups near you, you'd find a VR meetup that you can attend and try out some headsets and just ask, just say, can I try tilt brush? And just
Mhm.
having tilt brush, it really does open your eyes to how you can use this realm, and just playing around, just loads of playing around with tilt brush, just yeah, allowed me to grow, and I feel that's one of the best things for a 2D artist to do who wants to get into that, is just get in there, get experimenting and testing the power of these tools.
That's so well said. I 100% agree with you. It's been so nice talking to you, and of course, like I want to
Too,
be
at last.
updated. I know. I want to be updated on what you're working on and keep me posted. And if you're
Yes,
ever doing something new,
100%.
we'll do this again.
Yeah.
And again,
Yes.
if you guys do you have a website? I mean, I know that you are on Twitter at Rosie Summers. I'll leave a link in
Yeah.
in the comments of the
Yeah.
South by Southwest panel picker. Don't forget to upvote.
Amazing.
And if you don't know what upvoting
Yeah.
means, that just means you create an account, you log in, and then you click on the link and you get right to that panel picker, right? And
Woohoo. And it'd be great
yeah, it'll be a
too.
great
That'd be much appreciated.
talk because she's got passion. Like Kevin's got heart. Who else is speaking with you? There's one more person, right?
Marco. Yes, Marco.
Okay, yeah. So,
And yeah, he's amazing AR artist.
okay, well, definitely check them out. Hopefully, you guys will do a video of some sort so we can see it because you guys are definitely going to have to go.
Yes.
So, all right. Well,
Yeah.
doesn't it feel like we're hanging out? Isn't it
Yeah,
so
it totally
weird?
does. It
So
doesn't feel like,
crazy.
yeah.
I always
Brilliant.
say that, but it's so true. Okay, well, thanks so much for coming. And don't forget Rosie
Thank
Summers.
you. Thank you. Yes.
Right there. We'll leave you with
Metaverse.
that.